Hi, this is Matt Marchant, and I'd like to talk again about breathing and emotions and the correlation between the two, meaning how our breathing affects emotions and emotions affect breathing. Typically, we're supposed to breathe when we're in a relaxed state with our belly, and you're really only supposed to be doing chest breathing really when you need to, when you're lifting something heavy, working out, or we have the ability to chest breathe. If something actually got lodged in our throat, you could cough that up. So it's important to have the ability to chest breathe, but we really should be spending most of our time belly breathing. Look at an infant and how they breathe. A lot of belly breathing. So you could say instinctually we were created to breathe from our belly most of the time. When would an infant do a lot of chest breathing? When there's some sort of stress or trauma. Watch an infant cry, and you're going to see a lot of chest breathing. So typically, chest breathing is called fear breathing, or it's a fear pattern. And we're doing a lot of breathing right here. Whereas belly breathing would be more of a calm, tight pattern of breathing. In a normal breath, as I'm just sitting here, if you're sitting here just listening to me, the first 2/3 of your breath should be from the belly, the last third with the chest. So I have some interesting questions. If it's true that chest breathing is a fear pattern breathing, and if you were to find out that you're doing a lot of chest breathing through various tests and just kind of looking at your own breathing, what would that mean to you? What would that mean to you if you found out that you're actually exhibiting a pattern of fear? Are you aware of that? Are you aware that there could be some fear in your life? And my next question would be, what is it that you fear? Now that can be itself a very fearful question. For many of us, me included, for a long time, I believed I didn't fear anything. Maybe just a few things. Not getting this or failing at this, probably that's about it, right? But I find it to be a very interesting question. One of the things I have found out about fear is this. Believe it or not, it's natural, and all humans have that. Have it, fear. I didn't know that. I thought that anytime I felt afraid, I was somehow abnormal. I wasn't supposed to be experiencing this, and I wanted to get rid of that fear, stuff it somehow, and definitely not let others see that fear. So I don't think fear is really the issue, meaning I don't think really fear is the problem. If it's a natural emotion, what is fear? Could fear just be another sign or signal to us to help get our attention, to point us in a certain direction and make us become aware of some certain things in our life? Case in point, fear can be really good. If a wild animal came out right now barking or growling at me, fear would set in, and that would probably cause me to take off running. If I didn't have fear, I might walk up and try to pet the thing and get my hand bit. So fear can be very useful. The problem is what if we are in this fear pattern all day and there is no wild animal over there? There's nothing trying to bite me. So fear itself, I don't think is a problem. But here's an interesting question. Could it be the fear of having fear that is really creating the problem? Think of that with all emotions. Is it wrong to feel happy? I would say no. You might say no too. Is it wrong to feel sad? Same thing, probably no. So then if fear is just another emotion, is it wrong to feel or have fear? Probably not. But what happens when we start being afraid of actually having that fear? So these are just some interesting things to consider. We're not going to get much deeper than that. Take a look at your own breathing pattern. Are you using a lot of chest breathing? Are you using belly breathing? And here's some interesting questions too, now that I'm thinking about it. Notice how your breathing changes in certain instances, in certain circumstances. Notice how your breathing is different when you're out here in a park on a Sunday or Saturday afternoon. Notice how your breathing changes when you're on the freeway running late to work on Monday morning. Oh, and it's raining, which makes it a little bit more challenging, and you forgot to get something done, and your boss is going to ask. So notice how the breathing changes. So that would be an extreme difference, but then notice how your breathing changes when you're around certain people. Does it change? Does it stay the same? Do you revert into a more fear pattern breath with a certain person as opposed to another person? Could be some fear issues in there, some other emotions going on too. Just something to consider. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you taking the time to consider these questions, and that's it. Thanks. This is Matt Marchant.